Hello Libra, this is Olivia from Boss Tarot. I'm here to do your week 1 for the month of September. You did get an eagle card that fell out from the oracle deck, and it states on here, it says eagle, see from a higher perspective. A higher perspective. Not just a perspective, but a higher. Because when I first thought of it, it reminds me of the hangman. But that's a different situation. Kind of, sort of. But I did bring out the book, and I'm going to real quick just read the highlights of it. It says that when the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. So I thought, I better read that. Because I like for you guys to get the most meanings out of these readings. And especially when it comes to the oracle cards. Now with your tarot cards that came out, the first one that came out was the Death and Rebirth. And this is on your side, Libra, and then your person. And then the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. And over here we have the Two of Wands, the Seven in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and two cards fell out for the end, and it's the Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups in the upright. So looking at your side here, Libra, it looks like there is going to be a transformation for you at the beginning of the month. And I believe that the main objective of that is because you do need to drop something. You're hanging on to two situations, two people, two jobs, or two of whatever it is. And that's too much for one person to deal with. So the divine, or not the divine, when I see this death and rebirth, it's just, it's been driven to you. I don't really like to say that it's a divine action, but you take it as it resonates for you. So if they're asking that something needs to change. And it's got something to do with juggling. And then until this happens, the world's going to stay in the reverse for you. Which means if you don't finish this cycle and complete it now, it's going to keep going and going and going until you drop something. And then once you do, you are definitely going to need to take a time out and take a deep rest, healing, just reviving yourself, because you're going to feel really weird. It's going to be strange to go through the death and rebirth, because it's definitely going to it's going to force you to take that action to drop something. One of two things. It's not like a yes or no answer. It's like this thing or that thing. And then on your person's side, they have this Two of Wands, which tells me that they're at a crossroads, but until they figure out what you're going to do, they're just kind of in limbo. They don't know which way to go. Should they wait? Should they move on to a different path? Or should they stay on whatever path they're on now and just, it's unknown until we clarify. But the Seven of Cups tells me that they've already made a decision about whatever their choice was, as far as a material thing or an emotional thing. So we'll have to clarify for that too. And then this is the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is that single woman that has, she has the ability to financially support herself. She doesn't really need anybody in that sense, but she may want somebody for companionship, for love, things on that order. I think with the Seven of Cups in reverse, she's chosen you. And now it's your time to make a choice. But yours is different. Your choice is two things that you're already dealing with. And it could be this person and another person. This could be a 3-party. Could be. I'm just saying, but we don't know yet. Now the Six of Swords for this person is telling me that they're wanting to go back to the place that they were before they got into this. Meaning it might be regretful in the long run for this person to have gotten involved with this person. It could be feeling regretful. And this person could also be, even though it's a single person, she could still be the Queen of Cups energy. It could be that this Nine of Pentacles woman, she feels like she's the Queen of Cups. Which tells me that she's very emotional. She's very she's not overly emotional, but she's very compassionate to other people. She knows her worth. She knows who and what. She uses discernment in whenever she is making a choice about a person. So she did that with you, Libra. And the roles could be reversed. This could be your person and this could be you, Libra. You know, you'll have to make that decision yourself. And then on the bottom of the deck, it looks like the Six of Wands is in reverse, which tells me that there's not probably going to be a victory here. It could, I'm guessing it's probably for both. Let's go ahead and it could just be temporary. It could actually reverse and become a victory, but until we see what action needs to be taken for that to change, we'll just keep going here. And with this Eagle card coming out like it did, and it said that, you know, you need to look at the look at the perspective with everybody that's involved in this situation, which tells me there's probably 2 people that this, we'll see. Okay, we'll have to take those 2. Now this is for the Death and Rebirth and the Two of Pentacles, and 2 cards came out. And look at what it is. Somebody from your past, Libra. And it's going to be an ending. It's going to be a sorrowful one. Heartbreaking, probably. But after your death and rebirth, I believe this is what you're going to get. It's going to be the end of something from the past. And it could possibly be a soulmate. Now the World in reverse. This tells me that there's been a lack of passion for this person anyway. There was a spark at one time, but I'm guessing at this point there's not. So it's kind of like saying it was a missed opportunity because it wasn't probably the right time. Especially if it was a soulmate connection. Those are divinely guided. But it might not be, this person might need to drop 1 or 2 things, or one thing, and maybe this is the decision that they're going to end up making, is it's going to be somebody from their past that it's going to be an ending. But, you know, it's sad and it's hurtful for this person, but this wheel will turn and you will literally feel the difference in your life. Because if you've been hanging on something for a long time and you see the bumps and struggles and blockages throughout your life, if this doesn't happen, if this death and rebirth doesn't happen, it would keep going. So be thankful for it in a sense. I know it doesn't sound good, but it does do its job, and that's the main purpose here. Yeah. But you definitely will need to make sure that you take time out, because you're going to need to rest. Deep, deep rest, healing, because you're going to be completely drained. Not only are you going to be going through this transformation, you're going to be waking up, in a sense, to this being ended. It's going to be like the death comes in and removes that part of your psyche. And you'll know deep down within you that it's gone. And you didn't even make the decision. You should have, but you didn't, in a sense. Whew. Okay, let's see what your person is up to. Oh, for them, it's a burden because you're not making the decision. So you've kept this person in turmoil too. So this is what that card means when it says, consider all the people that are involved. When you're looking at a different perspective, consider everyone involved. And that could be children, and it could be a single person, or you could be in a marriage or a union of some sort. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling this is probably the soulmate. They have been feeling the burden because you were the one that they chose. And it's definitely somebody that was single. And I'm sure there'll be some kind of communications. Yep. There's going to be, the communications you're going to get is from the King of Swords. Doesn't mean he's going to be brutal. It just means that he or she is going to speak the truth. And it's going to be blunt and to the point, and you're not going to, it's probably going to, you might feel relieved. You might this might end up turning around and eventually leaving you the burden of it. I hate to say, but it could be that. And like I said, whoever this person is, I think it's Libra's person, they're going to end up going back to, and it's not necessarily a physical place, it could be more of an emotional or psychological, or just to a better place where they were before this happened. That's why I said it feels like regret. And then this beautiful person here is going to end up being the Queen of Cups. She probably was the Queen of Cups before all of this happened. And when I say the Queen of Cups, I mean the energy of the Queen of Cups. Somebody that's very loving and unconditional love, discernment on who she chooses. She made a bad choice. That's why I think these two cards fell out at the same time. She didn't listen to her natural energy, and it brought hardship on her or him. I say her because it's a female, but you guys can switch that up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but it's probably in the long run, or even the short run, it might be the best thing that happens. All right, and then let's get the card that links the two together. Oh my goodness. I think you both wanted to be together. I think you both were really wanting to be married eventually. Oh. And the last card, a tower moment. It's going to feel like a tower moment all through this reading. They're going through that transformation, and that's going to be gone, and they're going to share that with you, and it's going to be a combination of the two of you going through this tower moment. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. Remember, this was the victory card. Somebody's going to go deep within. They're probably going to, I have a feeling that the wisest thing would be that both of you go into this hermit mode, look within yourself, reflect on what's happened, and learn from that experience, because you don't ever want to go through this kind of experience without learning that lesson, so that it helps you to relieve it and to let it go. That's what I have for you, Libra. I know, I'm sorry it's not the best reading, but, and then somebody is going to be waiting on what? Probably the message I don't know what that's. It could be that somebody's going to still hang on. And I hope that doesn't happen. I just had that in the last reading I did. Or cancer, I think it was. I can't remember. Anyway, until I see you next week, namaste.